Hey guys, Rusty here at Ugly HP. Today we are working on a 09 HHR. On the 2.4 we're going to change the intake and exhaust variable valve timing solenoids. These things are what causes the oil to go to the actuator and actually advance and retard the time on your motor. I've looked these things over. They're two separate prices, but visually I don't see a difference in them. So whenever you buy them, don't just take them out of the package and set them next to each other, because you will not be able to tell the difference between the intake and exhaust one. You're going to take the top off by undoing that hose clamp and your hose clamp that goes to your throttle body and your mass airflow reader. We're doing a tune-up on this, so we have the coils out. You want to make sure you get all the crud out of here with your air gun. I wouldn't recommend spraying any brake clean down in there unless you're going to wait for it to dry, because as you can see how small these holes are, you can't even really see them. Imagine dirt or crud's going to clog this stuff up, and that can make a big difference on how these things run. So we have them marked. We figured out which ones came out of which box. Very simple. Once you access them, it's a 10mm bolt, and then they kind of pull out of there, twist kind of. Let me see if I can set this camera so. You got your plug. I'm not really sure how these things work. I always have a pain in the ass time trying to get them up. A lock on a lock. You can tell I've never had to really pull one of these out like this before. Normally they pop right out.
See you later.
Normally you can twist them by hand. Jesus. Once they move, they kind of come out, but it's getting them to move sometimes. I know the Honda ones are really easy. Well, I guess someone needs to come out with a puller for these things. I've never actually had one give me a problem like this. Oh, shit. Ugh. Alright, now I gotta try something else. There we go. So there's one. Normally I'd stick the other one in, but as hard of a time that one gave me. Oh. Well, only half of this has gone back on there. Ugh. I can never get those just to pop right out. Jesus. Like I said, I don't want to mix the plugs up because there's not even a difference there. See how sometimes they just pull right out? Okay, so this is the exhaust. This one we have marked for the exhaust, so we're going to put this one in first. They just go right in there and they bottom out, so I mean, there's really, it's a different size socket for the, they send a bolt with the exhaust one. Maybe that's how they tell the difference. One comes with a bolt, one doesn't come with a bolt. .5/16 or an 8mm, whichever your toolbox prefers. There's our exhaust. We'll put our half a lock back in there. Our intake, I would not recommend spraying anything while you have these things out. You do not want any type of contaminants to go down in there and cause you not to get the correct readings. Or oh, I almost dropped a 10mm socket. This thing almost disappeared forever, guys. And those just hold them down there, so I mean they don't even have to be super tight. I know I'm going to hear about these. Honestly, that would be one thing I don't care what you guys think about. I have a hard time getting them off. There's always that one thing everybody has a hard time with. But all we have to do is get our airbox on, but right now we're still going to do a tune-up. There's a couple other things I'm going to do to this. Hopefully I can get some videos for if I don't get too busy today. Exhaust cam, variable valve timing actuators, easy peasy. Check us out on Facebook, hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, I don't know, keep wrenching.